Football is called the beautiful game. It fills stadiums, it's pub chat, Monday morning catch-up in the office. It belongs to everyone. At least, that's what we're told.
One guy grabbed me by my jumper and pulled me towards him, and he said nice Bristols to me, which is like slang for Bristol titties, Bristol cities.
For a while I just didn't post photos of me in a football shirt because I started getting inappropriate comments, sexual comments from strangers, from friends, from people I thought I could trust.
I shouldn't feel embarrassed, but it was embarrassing. I just felt embarrassed that it had even happened.
It was horrible. I just didn't expect it from just a normal picture. When men put up the same picture and they don't get any abuse, and because I'm a woman, it was all aimed at me.
Misogyny in football is rife. Between the start of this season and February, reports of sexist incidents at football matches have more than doubled compared to last year. Matchday violence towards women and girls is also increasing, and behind every statistic is a story.
When you're in a busy crowd, sometimes you'll have men sort of going out their way to make sure they touch you. And it's just, you get that feeling of they've done that on purpose. And there'll be times where I'd ask my partner, did you get touched the same way I just got touched? You go, no. And you know that these men don't need to touch you. And sometimes their hand will be a little bit too low when they're sort of walking past, excuse me, to get to their seat. My vulnerability level was just shot to the roof at that point. So I remember that feeling really uncomfortable, just not a very nice feeling at all. Online, I've had things from slag, stupid bin, whore, cow, fat, ugly, everything, under the sun. When I'm talking about football, I am a lot less active on there now than I used to be, and I did used to be very vocal with football opinions. I just love getting involved with it, and there were the community side of it is great. There are really good people that I used to engage with, and it was great. But unfortunately, there would always be, with the amount of engagement you get, if the more engagement they get, the more likelihood you are to have people just being horrendous towards you.
Online, I think people feel empowered to say things they wouldn't normally say, hiding behind photographs of a footballer or a cartoon picture, no names, no locations and no identification. A lot of the time I've had comments about my appearance or what I'm wearing, or you'd look good in a football shirt, and for a while I just didn't post photos of me in a football shirt because I started getting inappropriate comments, sexual comments from strangers, from friends, from people I thought I could trust and who kind of had a bit more respect for me. So there's a huge issue of sexualisation of women wearing football shirts, and I think even posting that on the internet now, it can bring in the wrong kind of comments, and I hate kind of inciting that, so I would avoid that as much as possible.
Harassment doesn't stop at the final whistle. Social media platforms like X are becoming increasingly hostile spaces for women. In 2023, the app launched its AI chatbot Grok. As technology developed, feeds flooded with manipulated, explicit images of women and girls, generated without their consent. Female football fans were among those targeted.
It is so violating, and I think, I posted the picture in the first place, but onto my platform where I can control who sees it, I can go on private, I can lock comments off, I can protect myself with those measures, and as soon as someone takes my picture and either puts it somewhere else or uses AI to change it, that is no longer in my control. And I think it just felt so violating, and it just felt like people could do what they want without consent and things like that, and it just felt really, really upsetting.
X has since removed Grok's ability to create such content and says it has a zero tolerance for unwanted sexual exploitation. But for the women affected, the damage is already done.
I still feel massively uncomfortable posting things online. I got comments like, well, you posted it, you wanted attention, you wanted likes, here you go, this is what you asked for, basically, which is such scary rhetoric. And I think that kind of, just because the tool doesn't do it anymore, doesn't mean that that's been addressed, and doesn't mean that those people don't have that mindset anymore. And I think that's what's really scary.
Across the game, women are fighting back. Her Game 2 has been tackling sexism in sport for 5 years. Their mission is to create a safe space for female fans, players and staff. What began as a grassroots campaign is inspiring change with the support of more than 150 volunteers.
I became part of Her Game 2 from, I just put the normal match day picture of myself on social media, and then I looked at it and I started getting loads of abuse and messages about how I looked from rival fans, and it happened, and then we missed a penalty at the game and I got more about my looks, more hate about my look. So Her Game 2 stepped in and they supported me throughout what happened.
I think we do get a lot of comments of people saying it doesn't happen, which is crazy to me, because if you go to a football stadium and there's a female official, you hear it. For us, it was lockdown. Lockdown is where we felt that it was the most rife, because everyone was online. No one was going to football stadiums and then talking about the game after in the pub or in the surrounding areas. They were going straight on social media because that's all they could do. So sexism, misogyny just rocketed throughout there, and so many women were coming out talking about it. So we all clubbed together, we spoke about it, we said, why is there no space for women and girls to talk about this sort of thing? And then we said, well, why don't we just create that space, you know? And then, yeah, that's how we came to create it, and here we are, Her Game 2, 5 years later.
I feel like people are taking you seriously and are actually listening about what the message is of Her Game 2, and that they are looking to stop it happening at games.
Such inspirational people. Obviously, completely voluntary organisation, everyone has full-time jobs, but they just give the time and the money and the dedication because they care and they want to see a change. And I think having that community is why no one's given up hope yet.
So I think it's important that as women's football and women's involvement in football and sport continues to grow, that the message of sexism not being acceptable is continued.
There are definitely people that have your back in this world, and if you did want to go to football, you will be supported. Now that we have that established network and that group for women and girls to come to and feel safe, you are more protected now than you ever were before. I truly believe that the culture is changing, and that's what I would say to women and girls that want to get involved. Do it, create that network, have other strong women around you, be part of that change, because if we don't all get involved, it won't ever change.
The support has been overwhelming. Her Game 2's visibility has grown every year. Whether it's match day or online, the women behind Her Game 2 have overcome countless barriers to enjoy the game they love, and they won't stop now, because everyone deserves a place in football.